I just was curious about your stance on like college is a scam. You know, why you say that.
Let me prove it to you. How many of you have to take classes that are a waste of time that you wish you shouldn't have to take? Well, there you go. I rest my case.
I think for the majority of people, college is a scam.
I just was curious about your stance on like college is a scam.
Yeah.
And I just was curious, why you say that.
Let me prove it to you. How many of you have to take classes that are a waste of time that you wish you shouldn't have to take? Well, there you go. I rest my case.
Yeah, no.
How many of you guys know at least 3 people that dropped out that went to this college previously and earlier? Okay. The national graduation rate is 41%. Most people that go to college do not graduate. You guys actually go to a school that has a lot of applicability in the job market outside of some of the majors that are offered, but aeronautical engineering, computer engineering, which, go work for Elon. So this school is actually a little bit more of the exception than it is the rule, because I think humanities are largely one of the great wastes of time.
When it comes to is college a scam argument, I'm in a college dorm right now, so this is pretty interesting. I'm pursuing an optics engineering degree with my dual master's in electrical engineering, and I actually graduate with my bachelor's in May, and I'll be graduating my master's next year. So when it comes to this argument, I think for the majority of people, college is a scam. However, I do not believe the entirety of college is a scam. And the reason why I say that is simply because of the price. I don't think it makes sense for a majority of people to go to college. Unless you know that you're going to get a return on your investment, because college is an investment. I think college hurts a lot of people to help people like me. For example, I was able to receive a full ride to college to study engineering, but the people who are paying their way through will make less than me statistically. Not saying that they're guaranteed to make less because I'm an engineer. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that statistically speaking, there's a higher chance they'll make less and they had to pay their way through. It doesn't make sense financially. So in terms of that, I would say it can be a scam for the majority, but in totality, it's not a full scam.
And kind of societal poisons and cancers that are happening in our society. I'm happy to continue.
So what do you recommend like an 18-year-old dude or a girl to do after high school?
Turn up the volume. Can we try? I apologize. Sorry. Yeah. We're going to try. And I will come out there and say hi to you guys in a second. So, and we're going to go say hi to all of our friends over there. What do I recommend? It all depends on what you want to do. That's the worst thing you can do is enter into a 4-year agreement where you have to borrow a bunch of money, try to find your way, go take a bunch of classes that have very little relevancy, and next thing you know, you end up with a college degree, and you end up getting a job that doesn't require a college degree. Here's a fact. Half of people that graduate college end up getting a job that does not require a college degree 10 years after they graduate. That is the best argument I have. It goes to show the diploma doesn't actually have...
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at engineering students, you're looking at,
Well, enginering's different.
Finance students.
I qualified
and
that,
students like that. For example, I went to community college for 2 years. And, a lot of other people go to community college. You get free community college for 2 years. Then you could transfer over. And then 2 years at a college like Cal Poly or, a university. And, the top 5 paying, jobs at a college are accountants, engineers, teachers.
Try to get closer to the mic so people can hear.
Teachers, engineers, stuff like that. And it's just, and then the guys, the people.
Earlier, he posed a good question. He said, if you're 17, 18, what should you do if you don't go to college? And I think that's a very important question because it's a mindset that a lot of students, as well as a lot of parents to these students have. Just because your child or you do not know what you should do does not mean that you should just go to college. And the reason I say that is because college is on average $30,000 per year. So think about it logically. If you have no idea what your son or daughter should do, and if you're young and you don't know what to do, what sense does it make to immediately get $30,000 in debt in 1 year? I'd rather you just take that year off and do nothing than to do that. And the reason I say that is because that debt, unless your parents are rich or you know someone who's rich or you have a good inheritance, you can't just pay that off. So do not make that decision. It's not a light decision. I'd rather you do nothing and think about it for a year straight than just jump into a random college degree. It's not smart.
People that are wearing the shirts are actually in college, so I'm just curious, like,
But
you know,
they know better than I do that it's a scam then.
I mean, it's just someone like me, you know. I think it just comes down to hard work ethic, you know.
No,
like
probably.
I don't understand. Like, not everyone's built for the trades. Not everyone's built to go into construction or, you know, work as a painter or whatever they're doing after college.
Or a mechanic.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I just, you know, a large majority of people going into college out of high school, I think it's a good choice for kids because they have 4 years to develop as a human being versus just jumping into the workforce
that's
and
a good
making what 30, 40 grand, and you can't live off that right now.
I mean, are those folks over there developing as human beings?
I mean, I'm not talking about them.
But hold on.
I'm talking about, you know,
That's what college produces, though. Angry, bitter, resentful activists that hate the country. That's
Yeah.
not developing. That's hardening and honestly creating, you know, a mobilization army for the radical left. That's what we've seen.
You got your major courses where you're taking, you know, I'm a real estate finance major, so I'm taking classes for real estate finance. I have internships in real estate finance.
It's great.
I'm not going into that field after college, but I'm saying you take classes at college to get a job after college, and there's most of the universities you get over 75 grand a year out of college, and if you do the route of 2 years at community college and transfer into a university,
Yep.
you're able to pay off that debt, which is around 20K, 30K. For a school like this, you can go to state school, and then you're off to the races.
If
So
you
I
graduate, 41% don't. So, because they shouldn't have gone in the first place.
then what do they do? What do you do after?
They never should have gone. I mean, yeah, we have 11 million open trade jobs in this country.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. People do not want to work with their hands, and parents don't want to send their kids to go work with their hands because it's considered to be dirty type labor.
Well,
Charlie Kirk, and I understand the young man saying, well, what should they do? I really understand that question. I'm literally in college right now. However, he's right, because a lot of people who graduate college, my thing is this: how could there be a movement right now in reference to student debt being too much? However, when someone says that a lot of people shouldn't go to college because, for one, they cannot find a job in their specific field, and for two, student debt, it's not a joke. They ignore what he's saying. I understand you're saying, what should they do? They should do something else. It's really that simple. They should do something else that does not cost $30,000 a year, and they aren't sure that they're going to get a return on their investment. The problem is that a lot of students and a lot of parents of students, and I'm not trying to attack anybody. I really am not. This is what I noticed as a college student. They don't look at college as an investment. They look at college as a social fun period in life. I'm really unsure how to put it. But college, first and foremost, is an investment for your future. So if you're making an investment and you know it's a bad investment, don't make it. Go somewhere else. Do something else. But this is not something that you should take lightly. It's too expensive to take lightly.
11 million job openings in this country that require just a 6-month certification, whether it be auto mechanic, right, HVAC, plumber, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody. But
no, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just like the large majority of people in America right now are just lazy. They're not going to be doing that after high school.
Well, we agree. So does college make you lazy or make you work harder?
It makes you work harder. I mean, I worked throughout college. I've worked.
You are the exception then.
I mean,
because employers are disagreeing. They say we've never seen such lazy, entitled, narcissistic college graduates. In fact, most employers say if you have a college degree, you're put in a different category. They prefer people out of high school, unless you want to go work for Bank of America in a soulless laptop job for the rest of your life, and go learn about how men can become pregnant at some HR department survey.
Or you use your analytical skills that you use in school to get a job that pays 6 figures.
You can develop analytical skills outside of college.
I think you're just.
I'm living proof of that.
I think you're just. I mean, I almost dropped out too, and
I'm not saying it wasn't the right choice for you, but more times than not, kids are deceived and lied, and they have tons of animosity because this school is unique. If you go to UCLA or if you go to UC Berkeley, you're not left with $30,000 in debt. You're left with $130,000 in debt.
and Charlie Kirk is making a lot of sense here. This young man also posed very good questions. I would say that I still stand on this. I don't think the majority of people who go to college should go because it doesn't make financial sense for them, for the majority. But anyways, if you have any suggestions for me, any thoughts, comments, let me know and I'll respond and we can go from there.